The stone-faced fellow who you see over our shoulder here is Chocmul, the Mayan rain god. Now, all over the Yucatan Peninsula, you will find remnants like this of the ancient Mayan culture that once flourished here and then disappeared. And these ruins, as you might imagine, are a favorite attraction for tourists when they come to this part of Mexico.
5 years ago on our last trip to Cancun, I got a chance to explore the largest and most famous archaeological site left behind by the Mayans. It's the ancient Chichen Itza, and while I discovered for myself the beauty and the mystery of that lost civilization. More than 1,000 years ago, a highly advanced civilization flourished in those inhospitable Yucatan jungle. They were brilliant astronomers, architects, artists, mathematicians. They were centuries ahead of every other culture in the world in many ways. But by the end of the 16th century, when Spanish conquerors arrived, the Mayan nation had totally declined. Its people soon disappeared into the jungle. The Mayan race did survive and exist today, and although they lead simple lives, they bear the distinctive, proud Mayan profile of their ancestors who built the great Mayan city of Chichen Itza around the year 700 AD. It is difficult to imagine this city, this city was like when it was alive with people and culture. But the task is easier when your guide is a descendant of those people. Eddie is a Mayan who has been bringing Chichen Itza to life for tourists for the past 12 years. The most impressive building in old Chichen Itza is without a doubt the observatory. It was from this dome that Mayan astronomers observed and studied the movements of the stars and the planets. They developed astronomy to such a degree that they devised a calendar more accurate than the one we use today. Eddie, what kind of people were the Mayan people?
The Mayans were quite very religious people, quite peaceful people. They people which they looked seems to be for the perfection.
Mayan search for perfection brought to an abrupt end by the invasion of a tribe called the Toltecs in 900 AD. From that point on, you see Toltec influence in the architecture and in the religion. The Toltec gods demanded human sacrifice.
The Toltecs were warriors. The Mayans were entirely different, peaceful. The warriors, these Toltecs, they invaded, and prisoners were brought in here to be offered to the gods, to be sacrificed to the sun god, to the Chocmul.
Chocmul, the god of war, the sun god, reclines here at the top of the Temple of Warriors and looks out over the city. The other major god the Toltecs brought to Chichen Itza was Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, whose name in Mayan became Kukulkan. This pyramid was dedicated to the worship of Kukulkan, but it stands as a monument to Mayan astronomy. During the spring and fall equinoxes every year, March 20th and September 21st, a phenomenon occurs here at Chichen Itza which attracts thousands and thousands of tourists. This pyramid is oriented in such a way so that at 3 p.m. on those 2 days, as the sun begins to set behind that corner of the pyramid, a shadow is cast on this wall. The shadow starts 100 feet above and works its way down this wall in a snake-like movement, eventually ending and connecting with the head of that serpent. It is believed to be the symbolic descent of the god Kukulkan, and it's been happening here at Chichen Itza for the past 700 or 800 years since this pyramid was built. The Mayans and the Toltecs merged over time into one nation. The warring Toltec influence was strong, as were the demands of their gods. It was from the ledge that we are standing on that human sacrifices were thrown into this sacred well after being purified in the adjoining steam bath. Recently, archaeologists dredged the 10 feet of mud at the bottom of the well and found gold, pottery, and hundreds of human skeletons. The Toltecs also introduced the Mayans to a rather deadly form of competition. The object of the ball game court was to get a hard rubber ball through a 25-foot-high stone ring, using only elbows, knees, and hips. The walls of the court are covered with tales of victory and defeat. Here you can see the captain of one team, who has been decapitated. And over here, you see the captain of the team, who is holding a knife in his hand, and in his other hand, he's holding the head of his opponent. Now, there are two different theories about which one of these captains is the victor and which is the loser. The first theory is that whoever loses the ball game is sacrificed to the god of fertility, which they call the monster of the earth. The other theory states that the winner of the game wins the honor of being sacrificed to that god. Whether or not it was planned for use in the sacrificial ceremony, there is one spot in the center of the ball court where any sound made produces an eerie echo. But an even more surprising acoustic phenomenon exists between the two temples at either end of the ball field. Standing here in the Temple of the Bearded Man and speaking normally, my voice can be picked up very clearly at the South Temple, 360 feet away. It is a city full of secrets and mysteries and questions. It's a city that once achieved the highest development among the original inhabitants of the Western Hemisphere. After a long series of bloody wars, Chichen Itza was finally left in peace again. It is a sweet heritage for Eddie, one that he can't all the visitors leave. He is left alone with the city of his ancestors.
I really love this place. Tourists, they come in the day, they go in the afternoon. So I always have a time to be here alone by myself and really enjoy the Chichen Itza.
And feel like a Mayan?
And feel like the Mayan, right. Feel like the place in which our ancestors once.
Of all the things to see and do in Cancun, visiting Chichen Itza is at the top of my recommendation list. And if you do go, I also recommend that you wear tennis shoes and comfortable clothes. And when you get there, use the services of one of the tour guides they have on site. They're very knowledgeable. They can answer all your questions, and they'll help make it a memorable day.
Just like they did for you.
That's right.
Now, one of the things that they'll tell you when you get there is that they offer one of the only spots in the world where you can explore the ruins of a lost civilization and get a great tan all at the same time. One of their big selling points. We're going to be doing that same thing tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, as we check out the remains of Tulum, the only Mayan ever built along the Youth coastline.
And also, when we come back, we're going to show you how you can make a splash in the movies, and we just may make a splash or two on jet skis.
Oh, can't wait.
Stay with us.
From the mountainous Abruzzi region of Italy comes inspiration for a hearty beef and pork pasta sauce called Classico d'Abruzzi. And because in Italy pasta sauces differ from region to region, from Naples there's a robust tomato and basil Classico di Napoli. And from Sicily, a zesty ripe olive and mushroom Classico di Sicilia. The regional tastes brought to America. Classico, authentic regional pasta sauces.
When you're searching for the lowest prices on toys, it's easy to get lost between finding the right price. Stores have you going in circles, but you can stop spinning. Head straight to Children's Palace, where you'll find low prices every day. Prices so low, others have to have sales to try to match them. Escape the high cost of toys. Come to Children's Palace and discover how much less toys can cost.
Good night, hon.
Why is it that after a couple of years,
Good night, hon.
your mattress sags and sags?
Good night, hon.
Because it's not a beauty rest. Our unique barrel-shaped coils of high-carbon steel are pre-compressed to eliminate sag, to give you a firm, comfortable mattress that can't sag, so that your beauty rest
Good night, hon.
will stay as firm as the day
Good night,
you bought it. Beauty Rest by Simmons. Forever firm.
See Simmons Beauty Rest at Kaufman's.
New Chicken Little.
New Chicken Littles.
New Chicken Little.
You taste so very nice.
Oh, I
Love your 11 herbs and
love you.
a 39-cent price.
My love.
I found you at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So strong.
And little darling, you taste so grand. I love to hold you in my hand. New Chicken Little sandwiches. You cost just a little, but people love you a lot.